I guess this is where, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of like that microwave thing from Metal Gear Solid. The one that you had to crawl through. If I have to do that in this game, that would be hilarious. It's like you gotta save the shark. Shark! 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 Shark. Well, I guess, this is different. I assume that I'm not going to be able to avoid getting shocked by these things. Oh, okay. I just had to dodge it very carefully. Well, I guess this is where I learn all the backstory that I've been trying to piece together. Oh. So we have a plant that's been manufacturing robots. And the plant looks like it's certainly not good intentions were planned here. This is very, very evil looking. If it turns out that the robots were evil and the shark was actually my friend killing evil robots for me, that would be an amazing twist on all of this. I would actually be kind of stunned if the game managed to have that much of an emotional twist at the end. Like, I thought the shark was enemy, but it turns out the shark was friend? No way! And it's like... What the hell? Wow. Tense. And it turns out the shark was like, oh shit, he's being followed by those things, I'm gonna eat him. And he was actually saving me? I bet that's where this is going. And if so, congratulations, game designers. That's pretty impressive that you were able to pull that off. What the hell are you? These aren't fish. They're like fucking robots. Yeah, they're robots. Weird. Huh? Okay, so this is the specifications for making all the different robot designs, I guess? Oh. Am I a robot? I must be. Wait, my character was a robot? Holy shit. I actually did not see that coming. That would explain why I have infinite oxygen. That would explain why the robots are naturally aligned with me. What? I am actually surprised at the story of this game. I did not think that these sorts of twists would actually happen, but there you go. I was gonna say the skeleton on that personification of me is not very accurate, and then I realized it's robots. It's pistons and ball peens and all sorts of stuff that people don't have in them. And I do. So either one of two things is the case. Either we're a robot, or my knowledge of human anatomy is way shittier than I thought it was. Alright, let's see. This should be a pretty easy tunnel to work through, unless I fuck up the controls real bad. Come on. Come on, just start at the bottom and we'll be fine. And, Bird said ball peen. Yes, I did. This looks like the pattern you'd see on a fancy skirt from, like, American Eagle or something. Like, just a bunch of triangles and orange. Alright. Kinda freaky. I guess what I'll try to do is I'll try to swim through all this shit without getting shocked. And I just need to, like, pathfind through it as best as I possibly can, just dodging things. I think, the game will kind of naturally have them buoy in and out of being able to touch me. So as long as I constantly, like, move away from them, I don't have to dodge them. It's not too hard to dodge them, because they'll, like, kind of float away from me naturally. as long as I get a wrangle on the controls here. And I guess I'm about halfway through the field at this point, if I were to guesstimate based off of that light in front of me. Which I assume if I make it through there, I will get to see some end credit. I'll be able to see some fucking sharkage come along and zap. Ow. Wow. I guess I probably can't take too many of those in a short period of time before my robot body dies. Oh yeah, I forgot I can also dash. That probably would have made that whole segment a lot easier. Well, let's go ahead and pop into here and see the Big Mama herself. The Illuminati. Hi! No, Sharky! No, Sharky, you were my friend! No! No, Sharky's all smoke! No! I loved you, Sharky! No! No! Please. I wasn't prepared. No one told me that this would happen. Boy, so much for the 4-level thing, huh? Is there now an epilogue where I have to fucking fight back against the robot empire with all my shark friends? Do I actually become Aquaman over the course of this game? I was expecting final cutscene around this time, not more game. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, that's great. I mean, I get more game ahead of me. Now my suit's been kind of disintegrated. You can see that I am, well, I'm a robot. Huh. What is my purpose? That would explain... So, the eye stuff is actually just literally a screen. I thought to myself that I was just wearing a very thick mask, and the game was kind of cartoonishly pointing out my eyes. But no, that's like a display panel. I have a display for a face. And I... No. No! No! Oh, no! Oh, I'm sorry I made fun of you so many times in this game. Oh! No! No! Shark. Shark, no! No! Oh, God! Oh, that's fucked up. The shark's eyes close like that? No. Oh, man. I didn't even hate this shark. I just made fun of it a lot, and it turned out to be my #1 ally in all of this. Oh. May you rest in peace. May you swim with the fishies in heaven. God bless you, shark. You were a true American hero. And now it's time to get revenge for that son of a bitch. I'm gonna kill the Illuminati for the sake of all great white sharks everywhere. Your death will not be avenged. You know, I was about to say, like, the great white race will prevail. And then I was like, let's maybe, like, let's not get carried away now. Alrighty, so, you know what's funny to me is I think that there's some sort of distinction I think to be made between the super artificial life where it's all the robots and like these pillars and stuff, because they have very different aesthetics to them. One is super duper dystopian, and then you have this, which is very oh, I can walk. Wow. And you have this, which is very, well, pleasant, actually. And the music got super duper pleasant. Is this now an action game? Can I do combat rolls? It's a salamander. There's land animals in this game, too. Wow. I love this game. I actually love this game. This is awesome. This is such a... You know what this feels like? You can walk right and rip off Dark Souls. You know this... Oh my god. You know what this feels like? It feels like the anti-Journey. Journey was all about being in a desert. And this is all about water and stuff. Oh. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. This is... When people said this game was beautiful, I thought, like, all the fish stuff was, like, really, really wonderful. It had a couple of moments here and there that I thought were truly, truly beautiful. But this... I mean... This is what they meant when they were talking about this game actually being stunning. That's incredible. That was just incredible. I mean, just to put it into words, like, it was so... there was blue, everything was blue, and then the trees had that orange had the orange leaves to them, and you know, you had your complementary colors and stuff like that, and then, you know, you have along the walls, you have like all the hanging vines and stuff, so you have this pattern of green, blue, and orange, and it's repeated everywhere. And in this case, I guess it's also yellow and golds. So you have you know, and you have lilies and not just lilies, but also, like, what are they called? Like they look like lotuses. I'm not sure if they are lotuses, but that's what they kind of look like to me. You know, you just have you have so much for your eye to take in and just process, and it's all so artistically arranged and stuff like that. You know, you have the order of the pillars and the man-made construction, which is very vertical and up and down, and you have that contrasted with the very naturalistic arrangement of all the vines and stuff like that. It's truly just unbelievably artistic. That's really all there is to say about it. You know, it does feel like the anti-Journey, because Journey was about desert, and it was about sands, and this is about water and life and oceans and stuff like that. And I have to wonder, it'd be really funny to me if at the very end, just the very, very end of the game, we emerge from all this shit into, like, a giant desert. That would be hilarious to me if they completely wrapped it around, because the end of Journey, well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, because I do know what the end of Journey consists of, but I don't want to spoil it. Even though the game is old as shit, I will not spoil it, because it is just a incredibly intense experience. I have a friend at work. He's a coworker. I have a coworker who he also plays a lot of video games and stuff like that. And we were talking about Journey and helicoprions. Oh, fuck these things. I just released more sharks. Every fucking one of these things just leads to sharks. Jeez. I am... is that why the great white shark loves me so much? Is because I've released his cousins and his sisters and his aunts the whole time? He's playing the game, it's like, oh yeah, he's not that bad. He led to 1 billion more sharks existing. Let's also meditate real quick. Just I won't spend too much time on it this time. You know, we were talking about Journey, and we were talking about, like, what the experience of playing that game was like, and I said that I had never played it, but what I got was something very special in that I got to see Journey live, which meant that I got to see a bunch of people playing Journey as the same time that Austin Wintory was conducting the music for it. So Austin Wintory put together, I think this was a Kickstarter thing, he put together a live orchestra, and he got a bunch of people at MagFest in 2016 to play the game at the same time he conducted the orchestra to match the game. And that still, to this day, stands out to me as possibly the most fulfilling artistic experience of my entire life. And I am a very, very artistic person. I think that Journey Live transcended art in a way that I previously did not, like, ever consider being as moving as it was. You know, you see Game of Thrones live and something like that, and that's a really cool experience where they have the orchestra playing along to the show. Journey Live is that sort of experience where people are playing the game and the music is being played along. However, what Austin Wintory did was he worked with the orchestra to sync up the cues with the game. In Journey, the music does that thing where it reacts to what happens in the game. So if you open a door, the soundtrack will move on to the next part of the song. But if you just, like, hang out in front of the door and don't open it, and there aren't actually any doors in Journey, but I'm trying to be very, very spoiler free. So if you just, like, are exploring the area before, like, a door or whatever, the orchestra won't play until you pass on to the next zone. And Austin Wintory was doing that live. So he was watching the people play the game, and he was conducting all the musicians to play. He would watch and be like, okay, the player, this thing is really, really cool looking. He'd be like, the player just, like, got this, you know, he collected this item, so now we play this thing, and then, you know, he practiced with the players, he practiced with the orchestra to learn how to conduct something that was constantly changing. And that is unheard of. It is unheard of for a orchestral performance to be non-deterministic, you know? Every other thing, the music is the music. You have the music in front of you, and you know, when I'm going to play this, you know, what's going to come before, what's going to come after, and how long to wait. For Journey Live, those players, they had to know the score so intimately that they could basically keep track of, like, okay, this happened, and we need to wait for, like, an indeterminate amount of time, like 10-15 seconds, before Austin Wintory gives us the cue to move on and do things like, okay, we have to play this section of music, like, twice. It's, like, not twice the way through. It'd be, like, one and, like, an extra 10% of the way through, and then you will move on to the next section. And that's incredible. Speaking of stuff that's incredible, this really speaks for itself, doesn't it? You know, I know I need to dive down there, and I know that it's dead, and I need to pop into the shrine to bring life back into this area. But there's a town? There's a fortress up there? There's a couple. It's like a dam. There's birds, there's a rainbow. The entire city is here. Let's go.